and welcome back. This is Mad King Corduroy here with another video for you. As you might have guessed, it's a typewriter video, and this particular typewriter video is about a Smith Corona SL-80. It's an electronic typewriter that I picked up yesterday for the low price of absolutely nothing. It came out of the bottom of a dentist's office that was being cleared out. It's a friend's old typewriter, and he used this apparently when he was a kid. Now, I didn't grow up using typewriters. I had a computer, a 486 Packard Bell to begin with, and then a Pentium 1 Packard Bell Designer Tower, much like what I use today as my retro machine, although I have quite a few retro machines now. This particular typewriter caught my eye because of the fact that it looks an awful lot like a lot of the early machines from the 1980s. By machines, I mean computers. It looks a lot like the home computers that started to come out in the early 80s, like the Tatong, different things like that. I'm thinking of the Einstein, but that's not right. What I mean is more like the Tano Dragon and things like that, where you got the small keyboard, the power button on there, and just kind of a boxish design with a second raised half, and it's just kind of square and utilitarian. This particular typewriter is not exactly feature-rich, even though it is an electronic typewriter. It's pretty basic. It does use carbon ribbons in cartridge form, which can be extremely irritating in that, well, for this particular type, it tends to get kind of clogged on this side once the ribbon fills up. So I actually snipped off most of the ribbon and rewound it so that I could use the remaining portion of the carbon ribbon for this demonstration, because I have no intention of using this machine full time, so there's no way in hell I'm going to burn through this much ribbon that's left on there. So yeah, these things suck. Carbon ribbons in general, in my opinion, suck because it's a one-use deal and everybody can read what you wrote after you're done typing it and you throw it away. So that is a security problem if you are really security-minded. The keyboard, as I said before, is much like that of the early computers, but a lot less confusing. It's more laid out in a sensible way. And still has a hint of the predecessors to this machine, in that it has 1/4 and 1/2 over there, and some other characters that you just don't see on a modern keyboard. It also has a lot of functions built into it. So you have this code key, and you press that to get all of these blue functions, a lot like you see on laptop keyboards and word processors of the 90s and things like that. It has special characters that you can get using that. Caret, a squiggly C, an accented E, a backwards colon it looks like, or apostrophe, unless that's an accent of some kind. But anyway, upside down question mark for Spanish, a tilde, and brackets, and paragraph symbol, and I'm not exactly sure what that is. I really don't know. But it also does half space. You can set the left and right margins electronically. Obviously, you set the left margin just by pressing it, and the right margin by holding down the code. You can set tab in much the same way. S denotes set, and C denotes clear. So when you hit space 3 times, and then you can set the tab, and every time you're at the left margin, you hit tab, and it does the 3 spaces for you. So that makes things a little bit nice and easy to use. The pitch is also controlled by code here. It gives you a 10 or 12 here with 1 or 2 button. You can do line spacing 1, 1.5, and 2 by messing with the code here again. Index, up and down, code, script, sub, and super. That's these again, 8 and 9. And then auto, center, and return is 0 and minus or underscore. Now, as far as the top half goes, for features, it's a little bit quirky in that there's only one lever here for releasing the platen and no really good response for that, and only one knob for advancing the platen and taking in the paper. I guess they expect you to do it with the automatic functions. Obviously this cannot be done, but Maybe just as a cost reduction thing, they only put one on there. The paper holder holds the paper against the platen, as you are well aware, I'm sure, if you watched my other videos or used a typewriter at all. And this particular one is metal reinforced plastic. It is extremely cheap and annoying, and I just generally don't like it. You will notice also, though, undoubtedly, that there is no sliding thing for holding the paper and setting it on the platen where you want it to be. Instead, there is only a line here to denote where you're supposed to feed the paper in. Just kind of line it up there and feed it in. It comes around. And nicely enough, it actually goes in straight every time, and I can't say that for some of my other machines. There's one more thing I forgot to mention, and that is that it has a spool here so that you can reel up your power cable when you are transporting this. This machine is supposed to be portable, but it is not really, because I don't have the cover for it, as you saw. And although it does have a handle down here, that particularly wouldn't be useful anyway, because I don't think I'm going to be using this very much. Okay, so at long last we're ready to type. And I've already got the machine on because I just moved it over from the last shot. And I got it ready here, but I have to set the tab because for some reason last time it doesn't remember it. I guess because I unplugged the machine or something. At any rate, I have to do that. So let's make sure it's on the left margin here. There we go, it's on the left margin. 3 spaces gets you a tab, and I'll hit S to give me the set tab there. Now if we backspace into the left margin again, and then hit tab, it gives us a tab. Simple as that. So here we go. I'm going to demonstrate this machine now, and as you'll probably notice, it is a little bit kind of jaunty in its typing. It has a delay between when you press the button and when it actually finds the letter and stamps it on the page, which is really off-putting to me because I feel like I'm constantly having to go to make sure I'm in sync with the machine, and I'm not at any time. So hopefully you'll be able to see that in this demonstration here. Uh, 1980's Smith Corona SL-80. Whoops. Okay, so that's all of them, and ignore the top row where I kind of made a mistake and started to type it a little weird and just kind of screwed up in general. But there is the type sample for this particular machine, and as you can see, the font is quite nice, and that is very easy to read. The numbers are not fancy or anything, they're very business-like, and in general it produces very nice text on the page, as do most of these wheelwrights. It's just that the mechanism itself for actually putting it on the paper is quirky and just not at all pleasant to type on for myself personally. I know some people that do like these machines, but I just personally do not like them. So, overall, it's a pretty good machine. It does what it says it does, and, you know, if you like this sort of thing, definitely give it a try. If you can get your hands on one for very cheap. I certainly wouldn't pay more than $5 for this thing. But yeah, I'm Mad King Corduroy, and this is Transcendental Airwaves. If you enjoyed this sort of thing, remember to like and subscribe or leave a comment. I like to have some kind of feedback to let me know what is going on, and whether or not you guys like what I'm doing here. Be sure to check out the Facebook page also for regular updates on my videos. And have a good rest of the day, and thank you for watching.